Hey everybody, welcome back to this new video. This is Sainath, presently first year MBBS student at GIMS Gulbarga. So today in this video, we'll be dealing with lesson wise important topics of class 11 chemistry. So before getting into the main video, let me just tell you the marks that I have scored in NEET 2023, especially in chemistry. So I was able to make around 140 out of 180 in very first attempt. The reason I'm telling you is that, see, whenever you see NEET related content, you always judge a person by his marks. You first look the marks that he has scored, then later on you follow him, right? So that's the reason I made clear about my own marks. So that will help you to have a trust on me, whether I am telling these things in a very right manner or not. And now make sure that you subscribe to this channel before watching this video, because it always motivates me to do a lot more videos. And now without much of delay, let's get started. And now the only reason, if at all you are weak in chemistry, the reason might be like your basics are not good. So if your basics are not good, that means your class 11, the way you studied is not good. So make sure the concepts of class 11 are strong. If at all you want to score nearly above 140 or 150, make sure that your basic, that is class 11 topics, are very strong, which will ultimately lead you to score very high marks in NEET examination. So now we will be discussing about lesson wise important topics in chemistry. So in class 11, the very first lesson we will be facing is some basic concepts in chemistry. And now let me tell you, every year nearly about 2 to 3 questions will be coming from this very basic lesson, that is some basic concepts in chemistry. Many of us will neglect this, thinking that why will a question come from such a very silly lesson, such a very basic lesson. So but many of the questions will be coming from this lesson, especially talking about important topics. See, in the very first, make sure that you always focus on these topics of atomic mass, molecular mass and formula of compounds. You can see questions that I have asked in 2021, they have asked in 2020, they have asked 2016, 2022, and I think even in 2023 they have asked. And now the second important topic that comes is mole concept and concentration terms. Mole concept is something which is going to come in further lessons of physical chemistry. It might be in second year or it might be in first year. So make sure that you are very conceptually clear with this mole concept and concentration terms. You can see the questions that they have asked in 2020, they have asked twice, 2018 and 2015, 13 they have asked again twice, in 2023 even they have asked these questions. And now coming to the next chapter, that is atomic structure. This becomes one of the most basic lesson, especially which majorly talking about formula based in chemistry. Atomic structure plays a very important role because there are a lot of formulas over here of many like it might be of ionization energy, Bohr's model. First thing comes is Bohr's model and hydrogen spectrum. We should be so much thorough with energy related topics, and even wave particles and de Broglie wavelength. They have asked questions in 2021, 2019, 2017, 16, 15. They have asked twice, and 2013 even. I think even they have asked in 2022 even. Yeah, they have asked even in 2022. In 2022 also they have asked this question on wave particle. And now in wave particle, you should be very clear with de Broglie wavelength, and these questions are asked very frequently, especially of de Broglie wavelength. So you can make a short notes better, I think so. Now the next topic in atomic structure is quantum mechanical and electron configuration. Every time they ask this electron configuration questions, every year you can see there are a lot more questions coming from this quantum mechanical and electron configuration. In 2020 they have asked, 2019 they have asked twice, and 2018, 2016 and 2015, and I think in 2022 and is in 2023 at least there might be one question that has come from this lesson of atomic structure in regards of this quantum mechanical and electron configuration. The reason I have not written 2022 and 23 is that I was not able to get the PDF of those PYQs, so that's the reason I have not mentioned here. Anyway, and the next lesson, the very important lesson is chemical bonding. So there is not such important topics. The whole lesson itself is such important that it will be integrated with lot of lessons in second year as well as first year, and even it comes in organic chemistry. So you should be very thorough with this lesson, especially of chemical bonding. It's very important lesson, let me tell you. You should be studying in depth, because you will be scoring nearly of by it might will get questions about 2 to 3 questions. So you should be very thorough with chemical bonding. Make sure that you make a short notes of that chemical bonding, because it has got so many subtopics. So that's the reason I have not mentioned any of the important topics, because the whole lesson is considered to be such an important thing. So now talking about thermodynamics. See, in thermodynamics they will ask you very general terms about Cp, Cv, delta U, delta H, adiabatic, isothermal, and you should be very perfect with these general terms. If at all you are very perfect with these general terms, then you will be able to solve the questions very easily. So firstly, be very perfect with the general terms. And then talking about next thing, first law of thermodynamics. So you can see the questions that they have come very frequently in 2021, 2020, 2019. They have asked twice, and 2017. And you should be even very clear with enthalpies reactions. There are a lot of questions which comes on bond dissociation, heat of combustion, heat of enthalpy, and all these things. So make sure that you solve many of the questions on this topic of enthalpies reaction. And this here comes the one of the most important topics in thermodynamics, that is entropy, free energy, and spontaneity. So you can see the number of questions that they have asked in 2021 in 2020 they have asked 3 questions. In 2019 also they have asked 3 questions. In 2017. So you should be very clear with entropy. So make sure that your concepts are very clear, especially in entropy. Because there are very twisted questions in entropy, free energy, and spontaneity. So, and even in this thermodynamics there is even a very important question, that is isothermal, and if at all there is isothermal and zero energy is done. So that type of questions will be frequently asked. So make sure that you be perfect with that. And now here comes the one of the most toughest lesson in first year, that is equilibrium. Many of us neglect this lesson thinking that we'll do it in the last, but this is very important lesson. If at all you don't do this lesson, you are going to directly lose 2 to 3 questions marks. So it's such a important, very important lesson. So be perfect, don't neglect. At least 2 to 3 questions are going to for sure it's going to come in exams. And this year they have even reduced the syllabus, right? So majorly you will be getting questions from equilibrium lesson itself. I am talking about both chemical as well as ionic equilibrium. So you'll be getting, for sure you'll be getting 3 questions. 3 questions are confirmed. So make sure that you read this lesson very thoroughly and make a short notes of that. Now talking about inorganic chemistry. See, inorganic chemistry, it's mainly based, you might be knowing that you study once, then on the next day you forgot it. So in inorganic they have deleted in S block, right? There is only P block in first year. You should be reading only P block. S block is deleted, but I think it's a very negative point for you, because if at all something is deleted in inorganic, then they are going to ask a single lesson in very depth. So you should be you should be studying P block in such a depth, because they will be asking questions from a very specialized topics now. So see, read line to line. In inorganic you should be reading line to line, because you cannot predict that questions will be coming only from this topic. The questions will not be coming from this topic. So that's the reason you should be reading line to line in CRT, especially in inorganic. So there is always this problem that you study once, then you forget it. So the only solution is that you should be reading it multiple times and make a short notes with that, along with that, which you don't remember. So making a short notes, just you read only twice or thrice is not a good thing. Once you have this multiple reading, then later on you should make a short notes, and the short notes should be in such a kind that, I know making a short notes, the problem that occurs is that you don't understand which topics that you should be included in short notes, especially in regards to inorganic chemistry. So very simple thing that you can do is, after having multiple readings, there will be a point which you don't remember certain things, right? So you should be mentioning only that things in your short notes, because the one which you have remembered is already in your brain. So whichever you feel difficult in remembering, so that you should be mentioning in your short notes, and always keep it last to study. See, inorganic chemistry, if at all you study, like you give lot of time at the 2 to 3 months before your examination, you tend to forget it. So always keep inorganic chemistry at the last. You should be studying at the last because you will be retaining it more in your examination. So always keep it at the last. And if you do all these things, it's done. Inorganic chemistry is done. Now talking about organic chemistry, basic principles. In some basic principles, there are a lot of basic things which you will be studying in second year itself. So if at all you are perfect in these 2 lessons of some basic concepts of some basic principles and hydrocarbons, then your second year part is almost done. So be clear with that and read NCERT thoroughly. NCERT is just a Bible. You should read it very thoroughly. If at all you want to score very high in organic, you should be very clear with the examples that are given in the boxes. So there are few examples that are given in boxes, right? And even few questions given in the boxes at the middle of the lesson. So you should be very thorough with the those questions. Those questions might directly come in your exam. And even you should be solving exercise questions. Many of you tend to neglect the exercise questions which are given in backside of the lessons, but those are very important. You might think why will the questions directly come from our book, but those questions will be modified and that will be coming in your exams. And one of the most important thing is your notes. So in organic chemistry, you should be very clear with your notes, because notes are something which will develop your understanding of questions. While you study NCERT, it's just like you are not going to understand the connections of bonds which are created, and mechanism you will not be understanding such a clear in NCERT. So notes will help you in understanding the mechanisms of reactions. So always have notes in organic chemistry, and even if at all you get time, do solve NCERT exemplar questions. NCERT exemplar questions will give you an overall view of how the questions can be modified, or you will get a view of a very different view when you do NCERT exemplar questions, and those questions might come in your exams directly and that might be modified. Here comes the end of video. That is, I would like to tell only one thing, that is NCERT is key to success in NEET. So you refer any books, you refer a lot of coaching books, you refer MTG, you refer any of the books, but the ultimate thing is your NCERT. NCERT is just the key to success for NEET. Your marks depends on how well you retain the concepts that are given in NCERT and how well you understand the NCERT. Reading NCERT is not at all a thing, but how well you understand the concepts that are given in NCERT, and you choose to ask questions on that, on the topics that are given in NCERT, ultimately decides your marks in NEET. So thoroughly read NCERT. If at all you read NCERT, half of your work is done. So that's it I would like to tell you in this video, and hope this video has been very helpful. And sorry for the delay of this video. Actually, I was having a lot of work in my first year and my exams are coming, so that's the reason I was not able to frequently make videos. And hope everything will be good in the coming days, and I will be getting a lot more time to denote on this, making these videos and helping you out there. That's it. Make sure that you subscribe the channel and share to your friends, those of you are in requirement of these videos. That's it. Take care. Goodbye. Keep reading. Keep enjoying. That's it. Bye.